stadium where they used to have the NFL Pro Bowl. This is the Aloha Stadium. So this is the bridge. We're heading to Ford Island. This is a bridge to Ford Island. It's like military access. The Uss Arizona Memorial. Those of you familiar with the attack on Pearl Harbor. Complain if I worked here every day. Winter in Hawaii. Entering Pearl Harbor. This is the back gate. This isn't the main gate that you would probably see. So this is where Dodge got the color Destroyer Gray after all of these battleships. Let's see if we can find a Destroyer Gray. Driving around, a lot of these buildings here have not been fixed up at all. They keep it pretty historic. It's just a beautiful place to be. That's good. And they recently just joined Pearl Harbor with Hickam, so it's become a joint base, Pearl Harbor and Hickam, and it actually connects. So just imagine being here on that day of December 7th, 1941, when all those planes were attacking Pearl Harbor. It must be pretty crazy. And a lot of these hangars and buildings are still the original ones that were here on that day. You can still see some bullet holes in the windows, and they keep it that way because it's like a historic monument now. So now we are actually going from Pearl Harbor into Hickam. So now we are in beautiful Hickam Air Force Base. Just giving you guys a quick tour of the historical sites here at Pearl Harbor and Hickam. Why not? This is winter in Hawaii. This is a little memorial here at the roundabout. They have some of these planes on static display. And again, same thing here as it is with Pearl Harbor. The buildings have been left with real minimum fixing up. They've pretty much kept it historic to maintain the integrity. And you can still see like the bullet holes in the walls and some of the windows. All the hangars are pretty much original. just looks like an abandoned, a lot of these buildings look abandoned, but this is winter in Hickam, Hawaii. This is heading towards the flight line. All the hangars over there. Do any of these cars stand out to you? Any of these cars at all? Does any of them stand out to you? Just randomly, does any of these cars stand out? If you said this one, you are right. Fighter jets. View of the airport. Called the Honolulu International Airport. Now it's called the Daniel K. Inouye Airport. So if you ever come to Hawaii, this is going to be where you land. And this is where you call me and I'll pick you up in my Uber Charger. So we're now entering into a place called Hawaii Kai, and it's basically where a lot of the more expensive homes are built. A lot of beautiful scenery, beautiful views, a lot of homes, mansion-type homes built on the cliffs up there. And just a wonderful place to live if you're able to afford it. I mean, Hawaii is pretty expensive as it is, but this takes you to a whole nother level of expensive. Now, if you look up at this mountain, you're gonna see like a 3-story White House kind of near the bottom. It's white, it's got the little pillars. Not sure if you're able to see it, but anyway, the story behind that house is a good buddy of mine lives right next door to that house. And we've had some parties at his house. And when Bruce Willis was here filming that movie Tears of the Sun, he actually rented that White House next door to my friend's house, and we've got to meet him and some of his VIP guests, and it was a real neat time. But it's that White House right there. That's the house that Bruce Willis rented when he was here filming Tears of the Sun, and that home next to it with the green roof is my good friend's home right there. This is where some of the celebrities from Lost and also from Hawaii Five-0 decide to call home as well, and for good reason. Out here you have a certain type of certain class of people that like to be surrounded by people of the same class. And what can I say? We're just pilgrims passing through. That's all. There's a lot of nice oceanfront properties here as well. And I guess the value of these homes stay pretty high. And I think they continue to go up the older that the homes become. I don't know what they're worth now, but some of these homes are in between the between the $7 to $10 million range, and some even go higher than that. That mountain there in the distance, it's like a hill really. It's called Coco Head. And some of the famous UFC fighters have actually used that for training and conditioning in preparation for their fights. We'll be getting closer to that mountain, but there's a pretty intense hike there. Of course, it's called the Coco Head Trail. It takes you to the top, and it's a nice view at the top there. It's just a butt kicker. And no, I won't be doing that today, not for the sake of this video. I'm content just being down here at sea level, catching some of the views. giving you all a tour of what it looks like during the winter time here in Hawaii. So as you can tell, our lakes here, they didn't freeze this year, so people are continuing to jet ski and parasail. Sorry about the pillar in the video. There's so many nice things to do here, soaking up the sun. For those of you that have heard, here in Oahu, we have a fish sanctuary. It's called Hanauma Bay, spelled H-A-N-A-U-M-A. I'll put a link. I'll put the title of it on this part of the video, and that's on the way here. And this is that Coco Head Trail that I was telling you all about. You can probably see a small little beaten path after these trees. It's a pretty nice hike though. It's just your cardio has to be on point. There it is. It's the Coco Head Mountain. There's a firing range at the bottom. And of course there's that trail going all the way to the top. It's not recommended to try to do it between the hours of 10 a.m. till like 4 p.m. It just gets pretty warm up there. And to our right is Hanauma Bay. So if you're ever in the island and you want to do some snorkeling of some beautiful coral reef fish and scenery, can't really see too much of it from the road with all this brush in the way, but I'll just see what I can do. So that bay goes in there. It's the fish sanctuary. You won't be able to see it from up here, but let's take you all on this tour of some of the windy roads. Next stop is a place called Sandy Beach, and that's a beach that they were thinking of renaming Obama Beach. So let's just see what kind of steering and handling this Charger has on these windy roads. Look out for tourists. Come out of nowhere. Look at that ocean, deep blue sea, it's beautiful. This is a place called the Blowhole. To our right, we have Sandy Beach. It's a popular body surfing spot, or boogie boarding or bodyboarding spot. It can get very dangerous here with the short breaks, but they want a beach. Personally, I'm glad they didn't, because everyone knows it as Sandy's or Sandy Beach. We'll step out real quick and show you what it looks like. Maybe not. It's a little crowded today. Just do a little drive-by. turning the corner from the south side of the island to the east side of the island, and this is a place called the Makapuu Lighthouse. Unless you did already. It's good. And right below this mountain cliff is Sea Life Park. We got some dolphins and sharks, seals, some turtles, penguins. Just hope you all are enjoying this video so far of this part 2 of this Dodge Charger Hawaiian Island tour of winter in Hawaii. Around this corner you're going to see this pier, which was made famous in the TV series in the 80s of Magnum P.I. This is the pier that they used when they filmed that TV show. State Veteran Cemetery on the windward side of the island. So imagine having that as your backyard. Welcome to Jurassic Park. So I can't do the windows down.